This is Real Street Cred, and we're trying to find out what people know about financial literacy. It's not always the case that they know, but I'm here with Karen Velasquez from Liberty Savings Federal Credit Union, and we're going to talk to her in a few, but let's find out what people know about financial literacy. Hi, we want to ask you a few questions. What's your name?
My name is Nicole.
Nicole, the question is having credit a good or bad thing, and why?
Having credit's definitely a good thing. You need to have a good credit record to get an apartment or a car loan or any of that kind of stuff. So it's definitely important that you try to build some credit.
Having credit is absolutely a good thing. It gives you buying power. It gives you so much buying power in the world. Without credit, you're basically not much of anything in terms of your buying power.
It's a good thing to have good credit, and it's a good thing to have credit, period. Because when you're looking for apartments, and that was one of the reasons why I started to make sure that I was on top of my credit. When I decided to move out from my family's house, and I started to decide I wanted to look for my own apartment, one of the things that they're asked for is, what's your credit report? What's your credit score look like? So if you have no credit, it's not necessarily the best thing.
We've been talking to a lot of wonderful people on the streets with the Real Street Cred, and people have some interesting answers, but you know the real deal. Is having credit good or bad?
Well, Bob, that's an awesome question. A lot of people, when you talk to them about having credit, they get very nervous about the idea of having credit. Maybe they had a bad experience with a credit card and it makes them a little skittish. And they think, well, you know what, I'll just deal in cash. But actually, sooner or later, it's going to come back to you because everything in this country revolves around that magic credit number.
And how often should one check their credit report?
I check mine at end of every month.
The end of every month?
Every month or every 3 months, I check my credit to make sure that there's no discrepancies on it. And because inquiries can harm your credit, and different things when you go into the department stores and you're filing for a credit card and you get rejected, those inquiries stay on your credit report, whether you know that or not.
Probably around every year. I really don't feel I should, but I know if somebody else checks my credit, like the financial people, that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing?
No, I don't think that's a good thing if they check your credit too many times.
Why not?
Because if I'm not mistaken, it puts up a red flag of some kind.
Let's start by talking about the difference between a soft pull and a hard pull with credit. Most people don't realize that there are two different kinds of pulls that you can have run on your credit. A soft pull is when you or I decide, you know what, I want to just make sure there's no fraud. I want to check to see what's going on with my credit, to see if everything is on track and accurate. That's not going to bring your credit score down at all. A hard pull is when you go to apply for a loan or a credit card or something like that. It's considered an inquiry, and that actually can affect your credit. So the answer to your question, how often should you pull your credit? If you're watching your credit, you're monitoring it, you want to pull it maybe every 4 months, you're doing that. So remember, it won't affect your credit negatively.
So if you pull it yourself, it won't affect your credit negatively?
No, it will not affect your credit.
But if you have somebody else, like an agency or a bank or something, pull your credit score, it does affect it. And how does it affect it?
Well, it'll drop it by points. So our suggestion is always, if you're out car shopping or you're even apartment hunting, don't have the lender pull your credit every single time. Wait until you think this is the car for me or this is the place that I'm going to take, and then have them pull the credit.
So there are people who make that mistake. They'll go to this dealership, they get their credit pulled over here, they go to the next dealership, and they get credit pulled like 4 times. That affects your credit.
Unfortunately, a lot of times we learn the hard way, and then you realize in the long run that you should have just waited.
I'm Dr. Bob Lee of 107.5 WBLS.
And Karen Velasquez, Liberty Savings Federal Credit Union.
And this is Real Street Cred. And make sure you click the link below. It's right below you. Check it out. We want to keep you informed, keeping you connected to the community.